Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Rainbow Tarot UK, and in today's reading we are going to be doing, aren't we, how do they view you and the connection, and we've got our three piles as usual. So we've got pile number one with the little yellow stone here, pile number two with a little blue stone, beautiful little blue stone, just make sure you can see it, and pile number three with our beautiful red jasper. So those are our three piles. As I always say, use your intuition, take a moment to go for the pile that is calling for you. That's probably got your messages. But other than that, I'll see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number one, welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading we're doing, aren't we, how does your person view you and the connection? And you chose to come in under this lovely little yellow stone here. I'm going to put that there. Turn our candle around so that we can see it, and also pre-shuffled a couple of other oracle cards. Just to remind you, it is a general reading, so just take the messages that resonate with you. If they don't resonate, then it isn't your reading or it isn't your message. Maybe it's another pile. Just to be aware of that as well, that some messages, not all the messages are going to resonate, because lots and lots of people watch the readings. But anyway, let's have a look to see what you've come in on. Oh, lovely. Pansy, attraction. Oh gosh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Card number 34. That's lovely. That's what a lovely card to come into a reading about how they view you and the connection. That's gorgeous. So let's put that there. Let's see what else we've got. Saw, 46, saw. Okay. And then we've got divergence. That's interesting, isn't it? Divergence is sort of separation, isn't it? Sort of moving apart. Your main card is attraction, so I'm sort of feeling that there is an attraction here. That they see you as somebody that they are attracted to. Just from these cards, and we'll have to see what actually comes out in the tarot. It may be that you are someone that you might be inquiring about someone that you are maybe not actually in a connection with as such, but they're a crush, or they're literally an attraction, and this is telling you that they find you attractive. But they may be in a connection, or you might be actually in a connection. So for some of you, you might already be in a committed connection, or they might be in a committed connection, which would mean that they would need to separate from that to move towards you and them. So there might be something like that going on. Or it might be a bit of a third party situation where, something needs to come into separation. And I'm always like, with this card, it's like a sort of, soaring is like a sort of, I feel like this kind of crow is flying to freedom. They want to soar. So maybe this connection really makes them feel happy, really makes them, or maybe they have to come towards you. Maybe they have to come towards you with clear purpose and direction, but it might mean letting go of something else, something like that. 46 cancels down to 10. 10 is final endings and completions, but of course it cancels down to 1, which is new beginnings. So that's just some of the initial messages that I'm seeing from these oracle cards. But obviously with the attraction here being your main card, I think we can see that this person is seeing you in the connection as something attractive, or that is attracting them and is attracting their attention, and maybe they want to come towards it quickly, because this has a sort of sense of speed, but it might mean separating for something else. Maybe it's a long distance thing and they have to separate or diverge from what's going on in wherever they're at to come towards you, or something like that. I don't know why. Also, I don't know why I'm getting spring. At the moment we're moving into spring where I am in the sort of northern hemisphere. I'm based in the UK, so we are just entering spring. I think it's because of all this blossom that's on this tree, just beginning to come onto this tree, and also with the pansies. I know you can get pansies in the summer. You can get pansies in the winter as well, can't you? But I'm just feeling about spring. I don't know why. So maybe springtime, or a change in seasons, a crossover in seasons is important for this connection. But anyway, let's... big thank you if you've subscribed, as I always say, subscribed, liked, commented, shared. Really, really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. You know, thank you so much for doing that. And if you feel that you want to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you always know when I'm uploading, then please do. But let's just see, let's get some cards out. How does part number one's person currently view part number one and the connection? So how are they sort of viewing it right now? Please make it clear to me. I feel like that one wants to come out of the world. That could be like this kind of long distance thing that I was saying. Maybe they're in another part of the world, but it's also, the world is about endings and new beginnings, you know, completions of cycles in a way. Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, and the overarching energy is the Six of Pentacles. Like, yeah, these cards kind of pick up on what I was saying. So central to, I mean, maybe the other way to read this is maybe you are talking about somebody that you came into separation with. There was a separation, a divergence. Maybe somebody moved away. Maybe somebody flew away. Maybe somebody wanted their freedom. Maybe somebody wanted to disconnect from the situation. But there is a remaining, or there was and still is a remaining attraction here. Central to this, the way that they're seeing you, is somebody who is very, very, very independent. Because the Nine of Pentacles has an independent energy, but it's also, the Nine of Pentacles is a little bit of a wish fulfillment, but in a kind of concrete way, in a grounded way, because that is always what Pentacles energy is. So I feel like they're seeing you as somebody who is independent, who is together, who is very attractive, somebody who has got their life together, somebody who is living an independent life. With the Tower card here, maybe something has come into separation, or something did come into separation, because the Tower card is about something crumbling, the ending of something, but it's usually the ending of something that wasn't really created in very strong or stable foundations to begin with. So it was inevitable in a sense that it was going to crumble. And I'm kind of getting that might have been the energy, or maybe somebody just wanted to leave a secure or stable situation in order to have some freedom, something like that. You know, maybe it was to do with, you know, an attraction to somebody else, or they thought they wanted their freedom or something like that. And now the situation is in separation. There is a new cycle beginning with the World card here. I mean, the world does talk about a positive news cycle. Maybe they're thinking that you're in a positive news cycle with this Nine of Pentacles here, that you are independent. The overarching energy is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is like a card of generosity. It's also a card, but sometimes a card of give and take, of, you know, reciprocal energy here. So what I feel like is that there's this person is thinking of you, and the connection it is still something that really attracts them, that they still find you attractive, but there is this kind of feeling that somehow something went very badly wrong in the connection. Maybe there was a lot of hurt, a lot of suffering, a lot of upsets, maybe there were some shocks, maybe certain things were divulged, or certain things came to light, because that can sometimes happen with the Tower card. It literally can be a lightning bolt, so maybe something out of the blue came that you weren't expecting, and it caused the situation to come into separation, and it can be quite a painful process. So maybe they're believing or thinking that the situation has come into separation, but there is still a sense of attraction to you. There is still a kind of like a pull. This card is very much a pull. There's still a pull towards you. And maybe with the overarching energy being the Six of Pentacles, you know, they want it to be or maybe they're hoping that it's still a mutual attraction here, even though we have this independent energy. So maybe both of you have got your independence from a difficult situation, or you are independent of each other. So if it's a crush situation, maybe you're independent of each other, or an attraction where you're, you know, with other people. There is this, so you're independent of each other in that respect. And maybe if that's you both in committed situations, which means that you might have to leave those situations, maybe they know that would cause a huge shock and a huge, you know, a destabling, something that would be very destabilising for you and for them. So they're very much kind of aware of that. But I sense that they they somehow still want to fly towards you. And they want it to be reciprocated, they want it to be mutual, because they still feel this attraction here. But in terms of astrological signs, the Nine of Pentacles is Virgo energy. I mean, they might be feeling that you're keeping yourself private, maybe they've kept themselves private or to themselves, but there's still an attraction here, definitely still an attraction. Six of Pentacles, that is Taurus energy. So let's see what else we've got for pile number one in their person. So how does pile number one's person view pile number one and the connection? So how are they viewing pile number one and the connection right now? Please make it clear to me. Nine of Wands. How are they viewing pile number one and the connection? Four of Pentacles. How are they viewing pile number one and the connection right now? Two of Wands. And I feel like I've just done three here, but I'm going to do this fourth one. And the Wheel of Fortune, yeah. At the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely, I feel like for a lot of you, you are inquiring about something that maybe you've walked away from, that somebody has left you or you've left them. You know, that it is maybe, you know, was a very difficult situation or very difficult time. That there's, you know, been a lot of wounds in the situation, in this separation. Because the overarching energy here is the Eight of Cups. So I think how they view it is that you have walked away, or the situation has come to an end. That's the overarching energy. The situation has come to an end. Somebody has walked away, and I feel like it might be you that has walked away, pile number one here, because the Nine of Pentacles does show this person with a very independent energy, like a new cycle, that's entered a new cycle in their life. But I feel like they might still be holding on, or there's that sense of holding on to it still, because we've got the Four of Pentacles and we've got this attraction card here. Maybe, you know, to be together for some of you, because, you know, we've got this card that shows movement, that they have to, you know, you're quite apart physically, geographically, and they'd have to kind of come towards you. But what I see, to be honest, is a defensive energy. I think they're viewing you as a defensive energy, somebody who wouldn't want them back. With the Nine of Wands here, this is somebody who is, you know, the Nine of Wands is a card of sort of standing up for yourself, really, of standing strong, being maybe having gone through a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. But this particular Nine of Wands, this person is standing strong. She is able to now, maybe you've learnt from the challenges, you've learnt from the difficulties, and it's a new cycle for you. But I think for you, or for them, they are seeing you as somebody who is very independent and strong now. But I feel like they might want to be holding on to you still. I feel like they're holding on to your memory, or they're holding on to the memories of you and them. They don't want to let that go. They may have been quite stubborn in the connection, or somebody might have been quite stubborn in the connection. Somebody might not have been very open or emotionally connected in the connection for some of you. And underneath the Tower, we've got this kind of Two of Wands. So out of this sort of difficult period, or tricky period, or painful process of separation, is this Two of Wands. And I feel like this person is a little bit in limbo, is a little bit kind of waiting, in this sort of waiting longingly. I feel like there's a sort of like, well, I don't feel like I can move at the moment. It's kind of like an inaction, because there's still an attraction. So for me, the way this person is feeling is that they kind of, if you've come into separation with them, they kind of know it's over. They sort of feel it's probably over, that you've probably shut the door on them, that you've walked away, that you think you've probably moved on to something better, because the Eight of Cups can be moving away from something onto something better, because of course the Eight of Cups moves into the Nine of Cups, or is moving towards the Nine of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment, it's about emotional happiness. But they're sort of still stuck in it. There's this kind of stuckness for them. The Four of Pentacles and the Two of Wands makes me feel like they're still a little bit stuck in it all in some way. But there's still an attraction, or maybe it's for some of you that this person has walked away. This person has walked away from the situation. They still feel very attracted to you. They still, there's still some care there. There's still some love there, but they want their freedom. They want to separate, or they wanted to separate, to have their freedom, to move away, to have their independence. We've also got here the Wheel of Fortune, and that makes me feel as well that somebody maybe in this connection wanted to, because the Wheel of Fortune can be quite an unpredictable energy, because we're going up and we're going down. It makes me feel like this person maybe wanted to, with the Soar card here, leave the connection or move away from the connection, or they thought you did, because they felt it would be better for them. It would bring them better benefits. It would bring them more luck or something like that. So my sense is that this person is thinking of you and the connection as someone that they're essentially still attracted to, that they still like, but I think they feel that the situation has come to a separation, has come to an end. Or if it's a crush situation or an attraction situation, it's something that is something that it couldn't really happen. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It would only ever stay as a crush or an attraction, because to separate what they're already in, or to cause disruption to what they're already in, they wouldn't really be willing to do, because, you know, underneath that you've got this kind of stalling, waiting card. You've got this kind of Nine of Wands, which is a sort of defensive energy. So I think they'd like reciprocation in terms of just showing that you're attracted to them, and being a little bit flirty or a little bit chatty or something like that. But there wouldn't be anything more in it for them if it's an attraction, because it would just sort of stay at an attraction. They wouldn't be willing to move it forward if it was like a crush situation. And if it's a situation where you came into separation, or you've had this kind of tower moment, at the moment, the way they're viewing it is, it's kind of like stuck. They are stuck, and they are thinking either that you have moved on and become independent from the situation, and you wouldn't really want to go back into it, you know, because it's, you know, the wheel has turned, really. You know, fate and destiny is taking you on another journey, it's taking you on another path. It's a new cycle. Something like that, or they have decided to leave the situation because they think it's a new journey for them, it's a new start for them, it's a new turn of the wheel, if you like, for them. And they, you know, they'd like to think that you were still attracted to them. They'd like to feel that there was still, you know, that sort of sense of attraction to you, but they're wanting to walk away. So it's I suppose what I'm saying, in essence, this situation is probably going to stay, or it looks like this person is thinking that this situation is going to stay in separation, either because you know, you don't want it, or they don't want it, or if it's an attraction situation, it's not something that they would be willing to disrupt their outer world for in order to pursue. But there is this kind of sense of attraction to you, and, you know, this sense of maybe they would see you as well, if they were in a committed situation, as someone that, you know, just gives them a little bit of freedom, a little bit of something that takes them out of their kind of day-to-day world. But it's, you know, maybe something that, you know, gives them a high, or, you know, makes them feel good, with the Wheel of Fortune here, but it's not something that they would want to pursue as a committed situation. So in terms of astrological signs for this, so the Nine of Wands, that is Gemini energy. Four of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, and Two of Wands is Libran energy. So obviously, if this doesn't resonate with you, if it doesn't feel like your situation, then maybe it's another part or another reading, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here. But let's see if we've got any messages. Is there any messages for pile number one? Any messages, any message cards here for pile number one on, you know, how does their person view them and the connection? Okay, so this one says, not today. not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, a call, a person, upset, still angry. So maybe that goes with the whole thing about them thinking that you have moved on, that you wouldn't be interested in coming back to this situation. Not today. Then we've got separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning. So in this separation, somebody is obviously feeling sad and upset. Then we've got the snake, competition, enemy, clever. Ooh, look over your shoulder. So the other woman, so maybe somebody's been a bit snaky or something's happened in this situation, and that's what caused the tower moment here. And then we've got stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception. Goodness me. So if you've been, I mean, it sounds like you might have been through a bad time with this person, pile number one. And if that's the case, I'm really sorry. And maybe it's right that you would want to walk away. You know, maybe you are. If this is what's happened and you are just having this reading out of curiosity to know how they view you and the connection, but you've actually walked away, then it sounds like if all these cards are, you know, if they resonate with you, it sounds like it's the right thing for you to do, that to give you emotional happiness. Because remember, the Eight of Cups is always moving towards the Nine of Cups. You know, stand strong, pile number one. But anyway, that has been your reading, and I hope that you have liked it. If you have, then please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number two, welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading, we're doing, aren't we, you know, how do they view you and the connection? And you chose to come into the reading under this card with a beautiful little blue stone here. I'm just going to move that yellow one from pile number one's reading, but you know, you might want to listen to pile number one as I've left it there. I didn't really mean to do that, but that might be a reference for pile number one if you feel drawn to it. I've also shuffled a couple of oracle cards here. And just to remind you, it is a general reading, so just take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate, then it's not your message. So just be aware of that. And it's timeless, so it's good for whenever you're finding it. So your first card is, oh, lovely card, beautiful card of these lemons. And it has the word cleansing underneath. Cleansing. I love this image, I don't know why. I mean, I like anything lemony anyway, to be honest. But I do love this beautiful yellow colour here. Okay, so that cancels down to 7. All right, we've also got nature, 32, card number 32, cancelling down to 5. And then we've got journey. Okay, so for some of you, I don't think you can see that card, but it's like a ship. It looks like a ship that's in pretty bad shape, to be honest, in a very tumultuous ocean or sea. It's very rocky, it's very stormy, it's very cloudy. It looks like the ship might be in danger of going under any moment. It might even be shipwrecked. And it says the journey, so maybe in this connection it's going through a bit of a tough time. Maybe if you feel like you're in something, I mean, with a journey you've got a beginning and an end, and this feels like it's in the middle of a pretty difficult journey right now. So maybe it feels like it's a bit of a stormy time for you at the moment. But maybe it feels like it hasn't, you know, maybe it's in separation or something like that. I don't know what, we'll have to wait and see what comes out with the cleansing card here. But it feels like it's, there's a lot of learning in it, because it reminds me of a journey, a personal journey, maybe a spiritual journey. So maybe it's a trigger for a personal or a spiritual journey. Maybe that's how they're viewing you and the connection. It's bringing them a lot of opportunity for learning, growth, self-development. It might be tricky, it might be painful, it might be difficult for some of you. But with the cleansing card here, so maybe there are some challenges that need to be gone through in this situation, or the person is viewing this connection as maybe challenging. It's a bit of a tough journey at the moment, or a bit of a tough time that you're having. 32 cancels down to 5. That is all about challenges and shifts and upheaval and things like that. And with the cleansing, I just get the sense that maybe there is something that needs to be changed. Cleansing is also, you know, all about cleaning up, isn't it? Detoxifying. Maybe there are some toxins, they're feeling like the situation's a bit toxic or a bit problematic, and it needs to be better, it needs to be improved. I mean, 25 cancels down to 7. So you might be in separation, because that 7 is all about contemplation, going inward, you know, just meditating, having solitude. So maybe for some of you, you are in separation, but let's wait and see. Let's see what comes out in the tarot. Just want to say a big thanks to anyone who subscribed, liked and shared and commented. Thank you so much. I do try to read all of them and to reply to them, even if it's just a little heart to acknowledge that I've read your message. I do try my best, but I just want to say a big thumbs up for that. And if you feel you want to subscribe or hit the notification bell, then please do. I would really be very, very grateful for that. Let's see. So how is part number 2's person currently viewing part number 2 and the connection right now? Please make it clear to me. What this one wants to come out. What's this one? 2 of Pentacles. How are they viewing part number 2 and the connection? How are they viewing part number 2 and the connection right now? Yeah, 5 of Wands. That's interesting, because I said it was 5, which is sort of challenges. And how are they viewing part number 2 and the connection right now? What's that? 7 of Pentacles. And what have we got at the bottom of the deck? King of Swords. Yeah, I mean, I do feel that this is a pile where you are actually, you might be on temporary pause, or you might be in separation here. You may have agreed to separate, to have some time to reflect, to have some time to think about things, to take a step back, or they're viewing you as either wanting that, or they're viewing that the connection needs that pause, that kind of press the pause button, because there is some indecision here for them. They're not sure. There's a lack of, I think they want change with the cleansing card here. They're finding it tough. I think they're finding the connection tough. They're still holding on to the connection. There is something about them that is still holding on to it, but it's hard. I feel like they're finding it very, very difficult. The overriding energy is the King of Swords, which is, I mean, the King of Swords is wisdom, because all kings are wisdom. And with the King of Swords is all about thinking. It's all about coming up with a plan. It's all about being truthful and honest and authentic. So I feel like maybe with the lemons and the cleansing as well, that maybe, like I said before, this connection is having gone through a bit of a difficult time. Maybe it has felt like a journey. Maybe there have been lots of lessons to learn in it. It's gone through a tumultuous period. And then it needs to sort of clean up its act a bit. Maybe it's something like that. I feel like this person is thinking that it needs to clean up its act a bit, or you're feeling that way. You're feeling that things need to change. Things need to be more honest, more truthful, more authentic. There needs to be more of a plan about where it's going. With a nature card here, sometimes that is literally just a reminder to take a bit of a break, have a bit of a break. You know, that you benefit from having a little bit of break, like a little bit of break out in nature, maybe like a, you know, in a very sort of small way, that would be just getting out into nature, just getting out to clear your minds, to clear your thoughts. But it can also be just getting a bit of a break, having a bit of a pause, you know, nurturing yourself. Really, it comes with the cleansing as well, cleansing and nature, looking after yourself. So maybe this situation is just kind of like, you know, taking a bit of toll on you and on them, and there needs to be a little bit of a break from it. But it needs to have a clear, to move it forward, I think what they're thinking is that it needs to have a clear plan. But this is also quite a detached energy. So I feel like there's not a lot of cups in this. So I feel like the way this person is viewing this is maybe they've really taken a step back. They've taken a step back, or they think you've taken a step back from it. Because this is a detached energy. There's not a lot of sort of heart connection at the moment. And it could be because you are actually asking about somebody that you're in separation from. The two of you might be waiting on them to make a decision about it. It might be at a bit of a crossroads, because the Two of the Pentacles, so in many ways it could just about be hanging on in some ways, because the Two of Pentacles is about you know, weighing things up. This person is balancing on one foot. She's got, you know, her hands up like that with these 2 pentacles. there's a choppy waters in the background, choppy seas. So I feel like it's sort of just hanging in the balance, or there's a decision that needs to be made or something like that. And it goes with this card where the seas are very rough, the boat is just about hanging on and not going under. So there might be something like that going on in this connection. The Five of Wands is about competition, is about challenges, is about but it's not challenges necessarily that can't be overcome. With the Seven of Pentacles, that is again about something being on pause, something taking a step back from something with a view to assessing, and that might be why we've got the 7 with the cleansing card, the 25 that cancels down to 7, to reflect, to think, to come up with ideas, concrete plans, action about how you're going to move forward. But it is at the moment in a period of inaction, because I feel like it's more in a period of reflection, or it could just be about, it's just about hanging on. So you might be in a situation where you're with someone and there's a lot of arguments, or you're having a lot of rows, or there's a lot of problems, and maybe there's a question mark, or you're questioning whether you need to take a step back, whether you need to separate from one another, whether you need to have some space, whether you need to detach because you need a break from each other. So maybe there's something like that going on. This is how they're viewing it, because there's some, or maybe they're in their own mind, they're not clear about how they want to proceed, but they know that there's something that needs to change in the situation, something like that. I think that's how they're viewing the connection right now. In terms of astrological signs, so the 2 of Pentacles, that is Capricorn energy, 5 of Wands is Aquarian energy, and the 7 of Pentacles is Taurian energy. King of Swords is could be any one of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius or Gemini. Yeah, so in terms of how they're viewing it, I think they're viewing it that it's just possibly just about hanging on, or it's in separation, or it's on pause, or it maybe needs to be on pause to reflect, to come up with ideas, to come up with inspiration. Maybe they're thinking they need a break, or you've taken a break, or someone's taken a break. The whole situation needs to be reset in some way. Something like that, but it's not beyond saving. That's kind of what I think. They feel like it can be saved, but there needs to be, and it's felt like a journey. It's like on a tricky journey, and it's a tough one. It feels like a bit of a tough one for them anyway. That's how they're viewing it. But let's see what else we've got. How else? How is pile number 2's person viewing pile number 2 and the connection here? How are they viewing pile number 2 and the connection? Maybe there's been, like I say, some toxicity with the lemons here. Maybe there's been some toxicity in this situation, and that needs to be, eradicated in some way. What is pile number 2's person viewing pile number 2 and the connection? Yeah, 4 of Swords. Break. That is the ultimate card of needing rest, respite, a break, reflection time. That is the 4 of Swords. Somebody might actually be quite unwell, very stressed, and really needing to detach, to gain their strength, to gain their to gain their strength back. And that might be where I've got the lemons, because that reminds me of, when you go on a retreat, when you go and have a detoxification almost, really. How is pile number 2's person viewing pile number 2 and the connection right now? 9 of Swords. Oh, there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress in this situation. How is pile number 2, this person viewing pile number 2 and the connection right now? So, yeah, there's a lot of indecision. I feel like that one wants to come out. Empress. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. Right. So if you're in separation from this person, I'm pretty certain that with all these cards, you are probably asking about somebody that you are in separation from, and maybe it has been a very tough situation. I feel like maybe it's been a very tough situation here, because somebody, either you or them, just feels very worn out, very worn down, very stressed, and it goes right next to the Nine of Swords. Well, the Nine of Swords is like the ultimate sort of stress card in the deck. It is somebody that literally is kind of like overthinking, thinking, can't sleep through worry and stress and thinking. So they might be thinking that you're going through that, or they're going through that, and the whole connection, it goes with the journey card here, that the connection might be going through a really difficult time. And it could be because there's just a lot of indecision. They're unsure, they don't know what way to go, or they haven't been concrete in the connection, they haven't been clear, they've been kind of wishy-washy here with the Seven of Cups. I mean, the Seven of Cups can be a sort of dreamer energy, really, where there's also where there's a lot of choices. Maybe before in this situation, like I said, there was a bit of toxicity to it, or there was a lack of commitment to it, or was a lack of depth to it, or something like that, because it shows somebody kind of like, you know, thinking they've got a lot of choices, not really sure which one to go for. So it could have been indecision, not really valuing the connection, thinking they've got lots of choices, something like that. You know, a lot of stress. So there could be a whole stress around commitment here, or being committed in the situation, because we've got the Two of Pentacles, we've got the Nine of Swords here, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So they might be feeling like there's a lot of competition for them in the connection, that is stressing them out in some way. But the overarch, these two cards, I feel like and that's what I was saying, that I feel like this person is hoping that it's not kind of over. It might just about be hanging on, or they might feel it's just about hanging on, it's just about keeping going if you're still in it, or they're sort of kind of like all this stress and worry if you're not in it, but they want to come back to it, because underneath the King of Swords, which is always about planning and strategizing and being truthful and honest, you've got the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is about somebody who wants to come and offer love. It's the ultimate card, really, of romance, I suppose. One of the main cards of romance in the deck. The Knight of Cups is a person who wants to take action, because Knights is always about action. Take action and offer love and romance. That is the overarching energy of how they view you, and the connection of somebody that they want to offer love and romance to. You've also got the Empress card here, which is a card of creativity and creation. Again, she is along with the Magician, she's one of the ultimate manifestors in the deck. So it makes me feel that if you're in separation, or it's going through a tough journey right now, it's on a break right now, it's you know, and that's causing your person's not comfortable in that. They want to create again with you, they want to manifest again with you, they see you as somebody that they want to be with. I mean, the Empress is a beautiful, beautiful energy, very attractive energy. They're clearly not comfortable. I think the thing is, they're clearly not comfortable in this situation of separation, or in this situation where you might not be getting on, or you might be having problems. I'm getting the phrase cleaning up. Someone needs to clean up their act, or something like that. There needs to be a better way. They need to present themselves better, or somebody needs to present themselves better, behave better, cleansing, be better, get rid of any toxicity, get rid of any issues, you know, be a wiser, fairer, more honest, authentic person. I feel like there's something like that. There's a message for someone in this situation around that. And this person definitely wants to, I mean, it's such a contrast to, you know, where the situation is, how they're viewing the situation is right now, which is a bit stuck, it's stressful, it's on pause, it's in separation. But in terms of going forward, their overarching feeling towards you is one of love and romance, is one of, you know, wanting to come forward in love and romance, wanting to create again with you, wanting to, you know, harvest something again with you. Somebody might actually be, who's listening to this, there might be somebody who's, because the Empress is an archetypal mother figure. It's also, she's often shown as pregnant. So somebody, for some of you, you might actually be, you know, mothers, or have children, or have children with this person, or something like that, or, you know, even be expecting a child, maybe. I'm just getting that for some of you. I don't always say that with the Empress, but I just picked that up there. But certainly this person, you know, how they're viewing you and the connection, it is stressful. They are going through it, or they're feeling that you're going through it. It is a difficult and rocky time for you, part number 2, and for them, certainly. But the overarching feeling is to come up with a plan, a strategy to offer something to you romantically again, to create something again. That's kind of what I'm feeling with these 3 cards here and the cleansing. But there's something needs to be cleaned up. And this break or this respite or this needing to just put things on pause is necessary. I think they're thinking it's necessary in order to reset the situation. In terms of astrological signs, 4 of Swords is Libran energy. 9 of Swords, that is Gemini energy. 7 of Cups is Taurian energy. Empress is always Taurian energy. Knight of Cups is a Pisces energy. So those are some of the astrological signs. Let's see if we've got some message cards for pile number 2 in their person. Any message cards for pile number 2 in their person before we leave them, please? Let's see what we've got. Please make it clear to me. What have we got? These 2 will come out. What do they say? Twin flames. Goodness me. Is this a twin flame connection? I mean, it will certainly go with all this, because twin flame connections can often be, as I said before in other readings, can be a tricky connection sometimes on the road, on the journey towards, you know, you both healing. Can often be a cyclical thing. There can be a lot of running and chasing, a runner or a chaser, coming together, pulling apart, coming together, pulling apart, because you only really experience the sort of, you know, the kind of beauty of a twin flame connection when both people have sort of really healed and elevated, and you know, it's not being, you know, you're not triggering each other left, right, and centre. But this says, you know, yin, yang, zen, balance, union. Something like that. So this might have been a cycle. This might be a cycle situation, and this person wants to begin again, but in a more, I feel like in a more truthful, authentic way. And then we've got paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. And that would definitely go with the Empress and the Knight of Cups. That they would want to create that again with you, because I mean, the Knight of Cups is just such a romantic card. It's somebody who really wants to show and express their feelings of love, and also to say their feelings of love. You know, they are very expressive within that. Let's see, we've got that one, and we've got this one. Right, so we've got a couple of different things here. We've got date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, set a date. So maybe they're thinking or viewing that you might have walked away from this situation. That might be why we've got a lot of stress here. And also we've got coffin, which is endings and new beginnings. So maybe in this period of separation, it feels like an ending, but actually it's a new beginning. It's a new start. I feel like this person does want to begin again. Definitely, they definitely want a new beginning. Maybe they, you know, maybe they just want to start it by asking you out on a date, because you know that is the ultimate thing that the Knight of Cups is doing. Is they're taking action to show romance, to offer romance in some way. But anyway, pile number 2, that has been your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading, we're doing, aren't we, you know, how do they view you and the connection? And you chose to come in under the beautiful red Jasper. Gorgeous, there. And this card, which we're going to look at, and also pre-shuffled some oracle cards. Just to remind you, it is a general reading, so just take what resonates. Like I always say, you never have to take a message that doesn't resonate with you, you know, and go with that. And if it doesn't resonate, then don't worry about it. Just try to be calm about it. And there might be another pile or another reading for you. But anyway, let's get straight to it. So today we've got this card, Rosemary, and it says memory. Rosemary. Rosemary is always for remembrance, isn't it? Okay, so that's card number 16. I don't know why, but I'm just getting the Tower with that, because 16 is the Tower card in the tarot. Okay, so maybe there was a Tower moment for some of you, a difficult moment in this situation. Ooh, grief. Okay, so grief Yeah, so maybe this is a situation you're inquiring about someone that you've come into separation from. Maybe there's a lot of hurt, there was a lot of hurt, you lost something precious, they lost something precious, or they're certainly feeling that the loss was precious. And now it's a memory, the situation. So you might be inquiring, or you might be asking about somebody that you came into separation from, and maybe it's sort of a while back, or it feels very hurt. There's a lot of memories to this situation. Maybe there's some painful memories for some of you. Oh my goodness, this says grief again. Oh God, I feel like for this particular pile, I feel like you might be asking about something that's really hurt you, or that they feel very hurt by. So this situation, we're asking, aren't we, how they view you and the connection. And I feel like there's a lot of sadness for them here. There's a lot of sadness. That feels really painful. A lot of just so upsetting. They feel very upset and sad. There's some memories here, real memories here for them. Sad memories as well. Greed. So this says greed. Okay, so let's see what that means. So maybe there was a tower moment in this. Maybe there was, because a tower is when something shocking, or something happens to bring something to an end, really, in quite a shocking way, quite a difficult way, often a painful way. So maybe that's why I'm getting the hit with the 16. Maybe it was due to somebody's, I don't know, maybe there was some behaviour in the connection that wasn't quite right. It was selfish, maybe, with the greed card here. It was just all about meeting their needs, or they're perceiving that either they behaved maybe selfishly, or maybe they're thinking that you did, or something like that. But there is a lot of sadness. I think when they think of you and the connection, or how they view you and the connection, there is this sense of sorrow, sense of upset, sense of hurt, suffering, really. I'm getting a sense of suffering and memories. There's a lot of memories, maybe a lot of regret in this connection. But let's have a look and see. It just feels very heavy, really. How does pile number 3 view? How does pile number 3's person view pile number 3 and the connection? Please can you tell me, how do I view pile number 3 and the connection? Please can you make it clear for me? That one definitely wants to come out. Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love still, I think. How do they view pile number 3 and the connection? 5 of Pentacles, yeah. How do they? They feel very out in the cold. They feel really, really, really out in the cold. I feel like a strong sense of suffering with this person. We have got 8 of Pentacles and the Lovers card. Okay, now I didn't get 4 cards in all the other piles, but I felt like 4 needed to come out in this one. At the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Wands. So maybe, just maybe, for some of you with the Greed card here, and we've got 2 queens. We've got the Queen of Cups, we've got the Queen of Wands. There's a possibility that it was a 3-way situation. It might have come apart because of a 3-way situation, but only maybe for some of you or a few of you, because we've also got the Lovers card, and the Lovers card is about a card of choices. So it you know, traditionally it's about, you know, 2 choices, you know, in love, really. So it could have been that this situation came to an end, or has come into separation, and they've lost you, but there's a huge amount of sadness with that because they chose something else, or maybe you chose something else. So, but there's something, and it could be to do with the greed here, that they were, or somebody wanted to have their cake and eat it. That's the kind of phrase I'm getting. They wanted to have their cake and eat it in some way. And they lost, and as a result of that, they kind of lost, and now all they can think about is the memories of you, and that brings them a lot of sadness. I mean, how they view you is that, you know, they they still have a lot of love for you. I mean, the Queen of Cups is an incredibly loving card. It's a nurturing card. This person has a beautiful energy. They are just very, very caring, very intuitive, very nurturing, very they're just a very, very, very beautiful energy, really. So I feel that they see you in a they've got a very tender, you still have a tender place, if you like, in their heart, for sure. They're feeling out in the cold with you. So it goes with all of the two grief. I mean, I'm pretty certain that this is a pile of people that have come into separation, for sure, really, with all this grief and memories and the Five of Pentacles, which is a card of being out in the cold. Somebody who's not happy being out in the cold, there's a lot of suffering to it. And with the Lover's card, it's also that, as well as it being a card of choice, it is a card of significance in a love reading, especially if you're asking about how they're viewing you. I feel like they think that you were their love, or you are their love. So if they made a choice for somebody else, I think they're feeling it's the wrong choice. And maybe they were temporarily, with the Queen of Wands here being the overall energy, maybe they were just temporarily blinded by something that looked a bit shiny, or that looked a bit, because the Queen of Wands is somebody who is very, very, very magnetic, draws people in, has huge amount of charisma, is very extrovert, is very sort of, got a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of sort of sex appeal, I mean, the Queen of Cups has that too, but she's much more sedate and inward and a bit more introverted, and is just very nurturing and caring. Like the Queen of Wands will just get what she wants, irrespective, really. She'll just go for it. She's very, 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 very confident like that. And she'll just, she's not somebody who minds stepping on anyone's toes to get what they want. Whereas the Queen of Cups would be much more, would be much more aware of other people and other people's feelings, and empathetic, really. So it could be that for some of you, this situation you're thinking about somebody who you were in a choice situation, or you were in a connection with somebody and there was a choice, it was a three-way situation, and they chose someone else and they didn't choose you. And there is grief about that, there is memories, or something like that. I mean, the other way to read it is that there's still that there was a three-way situation, they chose you, but they're still grieving about what they might have left behind, or what they might be leaving behind. But there's something about, I feel like for the majority with this greed card here, was that the way they are realising now is that they probably just wanted to have their cake and eat it with this greed card. They wanted to have it all. They thought they could, have it all. They were temporarily seduced or blinded or whatever, and now they're regretting it. I feel like there's a lot of regrets, because I feel like in this Eight of Pentacles, this person is really looking at this pentacle. They're really focusing in on this pentacle. I feel like this is the one, and because it's got, I don't know if you realise that there's a skull here on the desk of this Eight of Pentacles, and in this grief card we have the picture of the skull here, and I just feel like that this person is missing you. I feel like they're really, really missing you if you're not with them. They are, I feel like they are trying to, they should have nurtured you. I feel like that's what I'm getting. I feel like they feel like they should have nurtured you. They should have taken care of you, a bit like this person is taking care of this pentacle here. They should have really given it some time and attention. And if they didn't, they are regretful of that. Maybe they just, because the Queen of Wands being the overall energy is just somebody who just goes out and gets what they want, irrespective, like I said, of others. So maybe the connection was that they just went out, they got what they want, they were a bit greedy, and it's led now to them, this being in separation from you, which makes them feel very sad. There's a lot of sadness here. So maybe they were just selfish. There was a lot of selfish energy to them. They see you as a significant relationship, because this can be a bit of a twin flame soulmate kind of energy, really. So let's see, well, how else are they viewing? So in terms of astrological signs, I mean, Eight of Pentacles, that is Virgo energy. Lovers is Gemini energy. Five of Pentacles is Taurus energy. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's see, so how is part number 3's person viewing part number 3 and the connection right now? Oh, this one wants to come out. Oh, Six of Cups. Yeah, what did I say? I just literally said soulmate here. And that is the soulmate card really in the tarot deck. Oh, Nine of Wands reversed. Okay. Ace of Swords. Oh, now that's gone on the floor. I'm just going to put you on pause while I go and get that. Pile number 3, just bear with me here. Okay, I'm back in the room. Sorry about that, so I just picked that up. So let's see, how does pile number 3, Freeze person view pile number 3 and the connection, please. Oh, and the Nine of Pentacles, okay. And what have we got at the bottom of the deck? Three of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this person, in a sense, I feel like this person feels a little bit defeated because the Nine of Wands, normally upright, is like the wounded warrior, somebody who's standing strong, defending themselves. But because it's in reverse, I just feel they feel completely defeated and flattened by this situation of being out in control. They might feel like the situation is, you know, is not going to come back to them, even though they would dearly love it, because they see you really. You've got the Lovers and you've got the Six of Cups. I mean, this is the ultimate sort of soulmate connection. They that's why you've got memories. That's why you've got all this grief. Because I think they've realised what they have lost, which is a massive, major connection. You might have been with them for a long time, because that can be, Six of Cups can be a very nostalgic energy. And I feel with the memory card, you know, they're having a lot of nostalgic feelings about you under the Queen of Cups here. They are thinking back, they are dreaming about you, they are wondering about you, they are missing you, they are idealising you, you know, they see you as the one that got away really, and probably got away because of their stupidity really, or that's kind of what I'm feeling that they're thinking, that they're sort of, their selfish behaviour, their greedy behaviour. They would love to have a new beginning with you, where they could, like I say, really focus in on you and the connection, and be truthful and honest. So maybe with the greed card, you know, it's just reminding me. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sort of you know, I'm not Christian in my beliefs. I don't have any problem, obviously, with anyone who is, you know, but I'm thinking of the 7 deadly sins, you know, greed, lust, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it's making me think that this person maybe was, you know, just all about themselves, really, and they're really regretting that now. And they want an honest, truthful beginning with you, that, you know, where they can really focus on you, where they can really nurture you and care for you. But I think they think you've just flown, that you've gone, really, because underneath the Lovers card, you've got the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, well, the Nine of Pentacles can be a wish fulfillment in terms of providing, you know, making a wish come true. So you could be a wish come true for them in terms of a romantic connection, but the Nine of Pentacles is also very much about a independent energy. It's about somebody who's independent, and it makes me feel that they believe that you are now independent of them, and somebody who's standing, you know, confident and strong. And the overarching energy here, and one of my little candles has gone out at exactly that moment, and I just feel this person is actually thinking that this situation is over, but they have such a love. They have such a love for you. They see, literally, they do see you as the one that got away. They definitely see you as the one that got away. They might be settled with somebody else. Like I say, they might have chosen someone else over you, and they might think it's too late now to come back to you. But you know, you wouldn't have them back, really. Because the overarching energy is the Three of Wands, or the Three of Wands is just waiting. I feel like this person is stuck, really. They feel stuck in their grief. They feel stuck in memories of you. They feel stuck in their life. They feel stuck in their situation. And actually, you know, you are somebody that they didn't treat very well, to put it mildly, but has moved on themselves in their life, and they are sort of just stuck in this, what looks like a desert, just waiting, just looking out into this, just waiting, really, and not moving in their life, really, because they're sort of still stuck in all of this grief here. So that is kind of how I think they're viewing you in the connection, as somebody that is the one that got away, their main person, the person that is their soulmate, like their twin flame, but somebody who's now moved on with their life, and that all they can do is kind of sit and wonder and think over the memories of what it was like to be with you and them. But they are very firmly out in the cold, and they feel a sense of defeat in terms of they don't really think it's ever gonna come back, really. That's kind of how they're viewing you and the connection. In terms of astrological signs, obviously with the Six of Cups, that is Scorpio energy. Swords is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Nine of Pentacles is Virgo energy. Three of Wands is Aries energy. And Nine of Wands is Sagittarius energy. It's very sad, actually. I feel quite sad here. Now, this person might have behaved in ways that obviously, you know, could have been really, you know, maybe damaging to you. But I feel like, you know, they feel kind of really a bit lost. I feel like they're a bit lost somehow, really. But anyway, let's get some message cards. Do we have any message cards for pile number 3 in their person? So I think they think that you're okay, that you're fine, that you are confident, that you are getting on with your life, that you are happy, that you are independent, that you are amazing, really. I think they think you're amazing, but that you would never in a million years consider them again. I think that's kind of the overarching feeling, really. I like you. Oh, someone likes you. Romance is blooming, fun, flirting, want to date. Well, I think they probably feel more than like, but maybe that's a message to say somebody else is around you and that they like you. Pile number 3, in terms of you know, you moving forward independently. Paradise, and this came out. I think this came out in pile number 2. Happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. Maybe they just want to rebirth. You know, with all this grief, I feel like they want to come back. You know, they want to have this kind of yeah. It just feels like these cards are quite light, aren't they? And I'm just feeling like they want some lightness with you again in some way. They want to go back to the beginning, possibly. But I don't feel they'd ever. I don't see any cards of action with them actually doing that. Maybe they just fantasize about that, or have memories of when you were together at the beginning. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationships. It might have been a triggering connection for you, for them. You might have, you know, been a bit of a triggering situation. What else have we got here for part number 3 and their person? I feel like these two. These two say kisses. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. I feel like, you know, there's a lot here about sort of new love, isn't there? Or renewed love in some way. So maybe there's a message here for you, you know, new love is coming in for you. Or this person somehow wants to, or is kind of dreaming or thinking or going back to the beginning when things maybe were a bit lighter or a bit like nicer or a bit you know, before maybe any issues or problems that might have occurred in the situation. I feel like it's that. And then we've got karmic relationships, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. So this might have been a bit of a karmic thing here, possibly. Or certainly some sort of, with the Six of Cups and the Lovers card here. There's definitely a strong pull. They definitely feel a strong pull towards you, certainly. What have we got underneath here? Judgment, yeah. So eventually in the long distant future, I feel this person might want a rising up, a calling up, a call to action in some way. But I think at the moment they are just thinking it is more like a dream, something that's in the distance. Because you are, you have moved on, you are independent, something like that. But anyway, pile number 3, that's been your reading. I hope you liked it. If you have, then please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.